Hello everyone, today's video, this will be a revision of the PyHouse script. Now I know I made this script before in the past, but I would like to revise this a little bit and show you guys some, kind of break down some of the words, the letters and whatnot. And you have certain words, they are spelled, I think about 4 or 5 words that are spelled differently. You will see in certain Hmong texts. Now this will be the second version. The one I made before was also the second version. I believe they have 4 versions of PyHo, and the second version was made by the Shongren Yang, the guy, the farmer guy, came up with this script here. Okay, so yeah, this will be the second version. And I'm not going to go through all of the sounds because, like I said, I made this video before, and those of you who are really learning Hmong are familiar with these different sounds. It's pretty, I don't think it's necessary for me to go through all the sounds that I went through them before. Alright, now, yeah, so some future lessons I will make, I will use both PyHo and the RPA. Okay, so just to make it easy for those who don't know how to read this file, I'll write the RPA as well. So, all right, let's get started here. Shouldn't take that long. All right, so as I said before, I went through these already. I'm just going to point some things out you guys be familiar with or should be aware of. Alright, I think we're good on that. Alright, so we know that Hmong has 8 tones. So when you look at this here, start up here, you have 8 tones. Okay, so as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, these are the tones. So the way they have these, the way they have them written out, the tones are the tones that go this way. This is how they write out the tones. Okay, and like I said, those of you who speak Hmong already or know RPA, you guys are familiar with the tonations. The tones are marked at the end. Okay, so you have the B, you have the M, you have the D, you have the J, the V, and this is just mid, nothing marked, and then you have the S and the G. So those are all the tones. And as you can see, after the first 4 letters, it starts to change. You see, it changed a little bit over here. Okay, it's the same E sound, because this is E. Okay, it's the E sound. But the letter, after the 4th letter here, it changes over to a different letter. And as you can see, that happens all the way down through the whole chart. That happens with all the vowels. These are all the vowels, by the way. I forgot to mention. The U, these are all the vowels. Okay? So, you have your tones, and then you have your different sounds. Okay, now, I need to tell you something. I think I mentioned it in the other video. The K here, they use, when they sound out the consonants, or no, when they sound out the vowels, they add this K here. Okay, for example, you have this letter here is E. It's E. That's the actual sound of this letter E. But they use this K like gi, 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 gi. So they use this K to sound out the vowels. Now, when you read the actual script written in PyHo, that K is not going to be there. You don't pronounce that K because I mean it's a consonant, but it's not a real consonant for the letter, because the consonant is going to be combined. You're going to take a consonant, a letter, a consonant, and then bring it over to the vowel, combine them together. And that's how you do it. So just remember that this K here is they just use the K to sound out. When you sound them out, you have to use the K. So what I've done here, I just used K twice in 2 different rows, and in the rest, as you can see, I just used the normal sound. Okay, I just used the normal sound. Okay, I just dropped it. Redundant. Okay. So what else? vowels here. So yeah, so these are your vowels, and I made this red line here because these are the consonants. The consonant's going to start right here, and then I got some more on my other marker board. Okay, and let's see, and be careful the marks. As you can see, these different marks here show the tones with different letters. Okay, and what else? Yeah, so these are all the vowels here, and like I said, I'm not going to go through them because I went through them before. So most of you, those of you who are studying this Pahao, or you guys are already familiar with Hmong, you should know these different sounds already. Okay, so yeah, those are the vowels. Hope I didn't miss anything on the vowels. Okay, and then something else you need to be aware of, like they have certain letters in Hmong, the spelling, they have different spellings. For example, these are, I'll put them, most of them are on the marker board, but let's look at these two vowels here. Okay, so this is what? This is a, this here will be and then the second one here will be ev. So you have and ev. So the as you can see, the letter here, this is the original letter, but you will also see it spelled this way. So keep in mind, it will also be spelled this way. It's like a cursive or something. Alright, so keep that in mind. And then the ev, this letter here, it's the opposite. You see how it looks? It looks the same, but the curve is on the opposite side. So it goes on the opposite side there. Alright, so it can look just like this. These are the different spellings. So keep that in mind. Alright? Because I remember when I have a website I went to translate some Pahao into the RPA and whatnot. There were different spellings, and I was confused because I've never seen the spelling before, but that was because of the resource I was using to learn Pahao. So yeah, so keep in mind those two letters, they can be spelled, they spelled a different way. Alright? And more, I have more on this board. I got more to talk about on that marker board. I'm going to show you the different spellings in certain words. So those different spellings I showed you, those were for those two vowels. Now you have consonants like that as well. As you can see here, as you can see on this side you have this letter here, okay? Anytime you see this letter, if you see it spelled like that, it's the same letter, okay? It's the same. Alright? Same letter. Okay, here. This letter here, this is the one I had trouble when I was learning this Pahao. I had trouble on this one because I didn't know these were the same. So keep in mind that if you see this letter, it's an M. It's the same letter as this one. Okay? Same. It's like in cursive letter. Same letter. And again, here, if you see a spelling like this, it will be the same as this, the H. Same spelling. Down here, let's see. Down here you have this sound here, V. Okay, same. If you see it spelled that way, it's the same letter. And here you have your J, aspirated J, the C. If you see it spelled like that, it's the same letter, and so on. Okay. So it is important to note these because they like to mix these up, and you will be confused if you never studied these cursive letters here, and you see them written. You won't have an idea what letter it will be. So you want to make sure you know. Okay. So those are the different spellings. Now, also, might as well tell you this while I have this board. These tones here, these marks you see above the letters, you will see these. Okay, they have, like, sometimes these are just the equivalent. Like, you'll see this dot. The dot, of course, is just a dot, and then you see this triangle going down. It's just a line. Okay, vertical. The same here. Alright, and then 2 dots. So if you see that, see the triangle going down in a line, it's an equivalent of that. So be familiar with those. They're the same, just equivalent. So you won't be confused, because I know I was confused before. So yeah. Okay. Now let's go back to the consonants here. I talked about the vowels, and I'll go back to the consonants now. So starting here, these are the consonants, alright? And you guys are familiar with these. So again, like the vowels, remember how I told you they use the K to sound the vowels? They do something similar like that with the consonants. But this time they use AU. They add the AU after the actual consonant sound just to sound out the letter. So for example, you have starting here you have Mao, and then you have Tao, and you have Cow. Cow. Okay? So as you can see, the AU, the ow, they just add that for sounding out that letter. Alright? But the real sound will be, of course, this is the M for this letter here. It's M. And this is the T, aspirated T, DZ sound, aspirated T. And then you have this K sound, K. Alright? So that's all it is. So I dropped them off here because, I mean, you guys know that they just use those to sound out the letters. If you want to use it, if you want to sound out the letter, just add AU. You want to sound out the consonant, okay? So these are the rest of the sounds for these different letters. Alright? Okay? So, the rest of them on this marker board, the rest. So, now, you guys know there's green Hmong and white Hmong, right? So a lot of these letters are made, they have certain letters for green Hmong. I'll point those out. But let's take a look at these letters here. Okay? So I got the marks on the top. It's the consonants. These are the rest of the consonants here. Okay, and in the sound, I put the RPA under them, the actual sound, and I just dropped off the AU. Okay, it's redundant. I didn't use it. Okay, so these are all the sounds, the consonants. All right. Now, as I mentioned before, you have certain words here. They don't use, like in green Hmong. For example, you have this here. This here. Where is it? These are green Hmong letters here. You will not, like in white Hmong, they don't have sound, the NDL, they don't have that sound in white Hmong. That's a green Hmong. I don't really know green Hmong as much as I know white Hmong, but I know a few green Hmong words, and this, I learned that these letters here are for green Hmong words. Okay? Alright? So yeah, that's what it is. You have all your letters. You have all your letters there, consonants and vowels. Just gotta practice to get them down. And I'm also going to make a video where you can go practice translating. I mean, it's really fun. I have fun doing it. You can, like, I mean, of course you have to look off your little cheat sheet, but oops, they have this site to where they write all in Pahao, and you can like translate from the Pahao onto from Pahao to RPA. It's pretty fun. But I dream that one day it will become very popular where everyone will be typing online. I know there's a way to type because I had the font on my computer. But you got to find the people who are familiar with that font and you can practice with them. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find people to practice this with. All right. So those are your sounds and your accents, or not accents, your tones at the top, and your different spellings for certain letters. Not a whole bunch of letters, but you have like maybe 5 or 6 letters that have different spellings. Well, about 8, 9, something like that. Alright? And let me see, I think there's something else I need to let you guys, 2 more things I need to let you guys know about. Alright, whenever you write in PyHall, okay, most of you probably already know this, but whenever you write in the PyHall script, where's that letter? Let me find that letter. Okay, wait. Shoot, where is it? I have to find a certain letter here. Where is that letter? Anyway, there's a letter. There's a letter here somewhere. I can't find it now. I'm probably looking right at it. But it doesn't have a sound. There is no sound for this letter. Okay? And it's used when you see it spelled with when you see it in the script, it doesn't have a sound. What it is, it's a filler. Okay, it's a filler. I can't believe it. I cannot find this letter here. I'll write it because I know what it looks like. It looks like this. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like that. So this letter here, yeah, this letter is not, it doesn't have a sound to it. It's just, yeah, it doesn't have a sound. And all it's used for is a filler. Like you can never have 2 Hmong words. Like when you spell Hmong words, you can't have 1 letter. It has to have 2 every time. So when you read Hmong, you'll see 2 letters next to each other. Through the whole paragraph, you see that. You will never see 1 letter. Now, if there's 1 letter, let's say if there's a word, it's just 1 sound or whatever it is, they use this letter here to fill it in. This is a filler. Okay. This word here, you just insert that where the vowel would normally where the vowel go. You will insert this letter and it will make up for it. You don't. I mean, there is no pronunciation of this letter here. There's no sound. Okay. So I need to point that out. And then another thing, when you like when Hmong spell, when they spell in the PyHall, it's like how do it go? The consonant is on the consonant will be on the right. The consonant will be over here, and then the vowel will be over here. Okay, the consonant will be here, and the vowel will be on this side. My next video I'm going to make for Hmong, I'm going to write some text or whatever, and just to show you guys, I don't have enough space here, but the next video, not today, but my next Hmong video, I'm going to show you guys how it looks when they spell. I think I talked about this in the other video also, the last PyHall video I made. They spell, like the consonant will come, it's like backwards. The vowel will come first and then the consonant. So they read from left. I mean, when you read, you're going from left to right, but you have to start from the right side and then read the left. So it's kind of like close to what, like maybe I guess I could say Hindi or something, like how they start, like sometimes they start on the right and you read from the top, similar to that. But you guys will see, I'll make a video on that. But anyway, yeah, this will conclude the video for the revised PyHall, and yeah, that's it. And the next video I make, I'm going to show you guys this site where you can go use this PyHall and you can translate certain words and stuff, and just to have fun and get practice. Okay, so this will conclude the video, and yeah, I will see you guys soon.